So, how to buy a domain name from Godaddy? So, what's the importance of understanding how to buy a domain name? For entrepreneurs in the process of starting a new venture, getting a domain name is one of the first steps you will take to build an online presence. You need to buy a domain name for your business so you can create a website which will allow your ideal clients and customers to find you online. A domain name is a part of your business identity, so it's important to buy a domain name that will accurately represent your business and that's easy for people to remember. So, here we will walk you through everything you need to know about buying a domain name. So, how to buy a domain name in 3 steps. Buying a domain name may seem like a daunting process. After all, there are so many domain extensions and domain name registrars to choose from. So, it can be quite difficult to know where to start. However, once you know what is involved in buying a domain name, the process becomes pretty straightforward. So first step is choose a domain name registrar where you will register the domain name. You should choose a reputable registrar company that satisfies several criteria to ensure your domain name is in the right hands. So second is search for your desired domain name and see if it's available. Domain names are, a hot commodity, which means your first choice might not be available. Fortunately, you have got plenty of options. Third is register your desired domain name with your chosen domain registrar. Once you choose an available domain name, you will be ready to register it for a specific amount of time. We will show you exactly how to do that. Let me explain briefly that how to choose a domain name registrar. The first step towards buying a domain name for your new venture is selecting a domain name registrar. There are several factors you will want to consider when selecting your domain registrar. But before going into these details, let's break down things down a bit, explain a few different terms that you might come across as you are searching for the right domain name registrar. Registrar. Registrar refers to a company such as GoDaddy, you know, uh, that manages the domain name registration process. Different domain extensions such as .com are managed by their respective registries, but those registries don't sell domains directly to users, also known as registrants. That's where the registrar comes into play. Like a middleman, the registrar works with the registries in order to deliver domains to end users. So now that you are a bit more familiar with how the registry registrar relationship works, let's take a look at how what to consider when selecting your domain registrar. ICNN accreditation. ICNN, or Internet Corporation for Assigned Names and Numbers, is a governing body over domain name registrars. They provide guidelines and enforce rules that all credited registrars must follow. That is important as it normalizes the domain name registration and management systems such as domain transfers, domain WHOIS updates, etc. It also allows the domain customer a route for further assistance if they feel that their domain registrar isn't abiding by the rules set up by ICNN. Since your domain name is your online identity, this additional layer of governance is vital. Most registrars are accredited with ICNN these days, but if you're not sure, you can check through ICNN directly. Complete control, you know, uh, there are over your domain. There are some registrars that only provide partial control over your domain. This could include the registrar adding their own information to portions of your domain details, which can make transferring your domain to a different provider much more difficult, or even preventing you from making crucial updates to your domain settings, such as the ability, you know, to point out domain to your desired hosting provider. Your potential domain provider should be able to tell you their policies on this before you register your domain name. So don't be afraid to ask if you're going to have full control on your domain before you register it. So quality 24/7 support. What's the benefit of having full control over your domain name if you're not able to get support for any questions that might have come up? It's vital your domain name operates as expected. It's the address for visitors reaching your site, and the last thing, you need to miss out on potential traffic because of a hiccup with the registrar. A quality support team might even be able to assist you with choosing a domain. They can suggest a valuable options which will help you to make an informed decision about your domain name. Pricing and domain options. Domain names aren't generally going to be huge expense. Most of the common domain extensions are available for, uh, you know, the ballpark of $10 to $20 per year. But something you might want to consider are additional options for your domain, such as bulk registration, domain privacy, theft protection, etc. you know uh, but what do these options mean? Let's take privacy for example. While privacy is not required for your domain, it can go a long way in protecting your personal information. Domain registrars are required to provide valid contact information for registered domains on WHOS research. So that's all, I think. Thank you.